Welcome, officially once again, to Dungeon Nytes, your weekly D&D 5e fun show. Last week, we took a bit of a detour to Neverwinter, and that turned out to be probably one of my favorite episodes to date, one of my favorite sessions to date, because we had pure, complete fun almost the entire time. It was just fun. We had fun around a campfire, then we had fun in an inn, mixed it in with a little combat, a little drama, ended with some sassiness, and I just couldn't ask for more. So to give you a more in-depth recap, the group went from PHANDALIN and traveled to Neverwinter so that Bamir could discuss some things with different contacts with the Harpers to try and learn more about the Black Spider. On their way, they camped off of the high road and had a wonderful evening around the campfire. Leif decided that he was going to throw up an Eldritch Blast. As everyone else was showing off with their swords, he used his magic, and it drew the attention of the exiled Red Brands from PHANDALIN. And after quickly dispatching of 7 of 8 of them, they captured one only to find out that this young man had actually been basically forcibly conscripted into the Red Brands by some entity in Neverwinter. And so they escorted this young man to his home, met his parents, and were basically threatened by emissaries of the Black Spider while they were there. And after having the group escort the family safely out of Neverwinter, they had another fantastic evening at the Silver Star Inn. We had meats and drinks and a bard-off, which, for those of you that don't know, is basically like dueling pianos, only better. Go watch it. And from there, we had some drunken shenanigans that led to some people leveling up, some people not, and eventually the group made their way to Thundertree. And coming upon Thundertree, they found a dense forest that seemed to be overgrowing around this abandoned village. There were houses that are roofless and collapsing and basically overtaken by vines and trees and brushes of the earth. They stumbled upon creatures that have been there for many years now, since the eruption of a nearby volcano that has left this place magically tainted by zombies. In addition, they learned that there is also another presence there that is changing the land magically. After talking to the druid Rydoth, who was their main target in Thundertree. When we last left the group, they were in the cottage with Rydoth, discovering that he is a bit of a saucy old man and kind of gives it as good as he gets. We were in the middle of taking a short rest and were agreeing to go and fight a dragon, a young green dragon that had taken up residence in Thundertree in the tower at the north, the kind of the middle north end of town. And that is where we find our party.
Yeah, dragons are one of the only things that you can say, yeah, the younger the better.
You would go there. What a way to start, ladies and gentlemen.
You got kids, Bamir?
You got children?
You got kids.
You got children?
Younger the better. Wait.
What?
Wow.
Dragons?
Anyway, moving right along. So Rydoth has agreed to let you have a short rest quietly in his cottage, which is fortified and is the nicest looking building in Thundertree. He let you know that he was a member of the Emerald Enclave, which is a group that is really designed on being survivalists and naturalists to restore balance to nature, and that this young green dragon was, as it got older, as it continued to permeate this place as its lair, would only use its magic, its natural magic, to have this place become more enchanted, have more things dangerous come here, and it would ultimately become a dangerous magical hotspot. And has agreed to take you, well, has already showed you where Cragmaw Castle is, so objective marker done there. But on top of that, has agreed to escort you to the Wayveko Cave if you can deal with this young green dragon and drive it from its lair. You all agreed and said a short rest was probably in order before you went and tackled that. And so here you are at the end of your short rest. Go.
Right off, could you perhaps make a rudimentary map of the rest of Thundertree for me? And I pull out a piece of paper and like a pencil for him to draw on to like mark out where those other guys were holed up and possibly where he thought that alchemy shop was.
Sure.
Also with where the dragon tower was.
Sure, if it'll help, I guess I can kind of whip you up something here. And he goes over to a nearby bookshelf and removes a piece of parchment and brings it back to his table and takes his time drawing out how he imagines this town to be from his mind, and kind of gives you ideas of thickets and of buildings and various items, and he points out to you where various points of interest are, being the tower with the dragon, being, the area with the cultists, where he told you where the spiders were. And he gives it to you, and I will deposit that now in our resources section.
Mop.
There you go. Here's your map.
Well, thank you, sir. And I'm gonna sort of haphazardly clap him on the shoulder.
Oh! For one being small, you sure have a forceful grip there.
I'm not that small.
I've seen much bigger.
I am much bigger.
He's not going to
Let's
dignify
just
that
be-
with a response.
Let's just be honest here. Droop's the biggest.
I'm little. I used to get pooped on by bugbears.
Not anymore, Droop. Not anymore.
Thank goodness. All right, if you look in your resources, you'll see a map of Thundertree. You are currently occupying the building right above the compass, and the herbalist shop is the building basically directly to your east within that same line of sight. Down in the bottom right-hand corner is where the cultists live, and up in the top center with the circular area there is the dragon's lair. Everybody get that?
All right.
Leif kind of waves his hand a bit. Sir Rydoth, can you tell us anything about this dragon?
It's young, it's green, and it lives in a tower, the other end of town.
Yes, I got all that. I meant, like, anything more.
More? What do you mean
That'd
more?
Something that would maybe be helpful for us to deal with the problem?
What, besides that it needs to be killed? Driven away? Not here anymore? Look, son, I know what you're asking, but I've told you a lot about green dragons. They will bring minions towards them. They will pollute an area with magic and cause things to grow, poisonous plants, these twig blights that keep running up all over the place that are annoying little sticks. That's what they'll do.
I mean, you're a druid. Do they only bring bad plants?
I mean, yes. It is a dragon.
I wasn't sure if they did anything useful that was good. Sounds like that.
There
Thank you.
are very rare cases where dragons are willing to contribute to anything other than their own self-interests. Green dragons, in particular, are very... How do I say it? Well, they're
They're
master,
assholes.
they're master
Are they-
manipulators, is what they are.
Are they wicked?
Of course. Evil down to every bone.
Got it. Thank you.
I mean, look, I've had my fair share of runnings in with dragons, and there are times where you can talk with them, and there are times where they must be slain. Typically, a green dragon will string you along for a while until it's done with you, and then either continue to use you until you die, or it's going to eat you. That's how they work.
Leif seems to ponder this carefully and nods to him.
Is that what you were looking for there, Sonny?
It was actually more helpful than you know. Thank you.
Well, good. I'm glad I could be helpful. I think you guys have taken your rest now, and it's time to get to the deed.
Indeed, sir. I'm gonna stand up from where I was sitting near the door and start to open the door.
As you open the door out into the lush kind of overgrowth that is Thundertree, you see that it has grown dark much quicker than you had anticipated. In the distance, you hear whoom, 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 big thumping wings. And as you look up, you can see this form of a wyvern fly high overhead in the clouds and circle and land on the cone of that tower, the top of town, before it crawls out of sight. It is quite large, larger than maybe you expected. But you now know that it is indeed in its lair.
Leif just quietly watches it fly and then stays silent.
Well, I always wondered what dragon meat tasted like.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely all for a fight, but
As you continue talking amongst yourselves, the dark continues to creep in, and clouds start to weigh in darker and heavier, blocking out the sky, and it begins to downpour.
I'm gonna shut the door and stay inside.
And then right off is just going to look at you. What? What happened?
Well, sir, perhaps you should approach your window and take a look outside.
It's raining. So what? Get going.
Oh, well, sir,
No, I'm just kidding. I may be an old, well, bit of a stick in the arse, but I'm not without a heart. You can stay here for the evening. It'll probably be better that you don't try to approach a dragon in the middle of the night. Even though all of you can see in the dark.
what? I cannot.
Don't lie to me. I am an old druid. How many times must I tell you? I'm not stupid.
I would never make that assumption, sir.
Mhm.
While we're on the topic of stupid, do you drink?
Of course I drink. I've have 6 cups of tea a day. Keeps me feeling young. As he's standing there shaking.
I'm gonna pull out the bottle of the good stuff.
Oh no, no! Don't get in that.
How much of that do you still have?
Rydoth is going to go, up. I can smell that gut rot from here. You keep it to yourself. Us druids like to stay, how should we say, pure of mind, or else, iffy things could happen. You wouldn't want me transforming into a bear aimlessly in the middle of the night and not knowing who you are, right?
I'm gonna shake the bottle a little bit.
No. We should avoid that.
I mean,
Okay,
happened
I put
to
it
my
away.
second cousin, Jimothy, and he was most displeased.
Jimothy, you say?
Yes, Jimothy. Quite a few of
think
them
I know
running around.
I think I know a bard named Jimothy.
It's definitely not a bod.
I thought it was Joey.
I think it was actually Cherry.
Jenny?
Jimmy?
Jenny.
Are you quite finished? Are we just naming things now? Look, a book. Shut it.
All
I
right.
said you could stay the night. I'd still like my peace.
Yes, sir. And we are we very graciously accept the offer of staying for the evening.
Wonderful. I know it's a bit cramped in here, but you should be able to make room for your, gear or whatever. Curl up wherever you see fit. We'll light a fire over here in the corner at the, stove, and it'll be nice and toasty tonight. It does get a bit cold here.
I'm gonna go sit by the fire with my pack, and I'm gonna start rummaging through it.
Okay.
I'm gonna find a corner to chill in.
I'm gonna dig out the Nothic hand,
Okay.
and I'm gonna delicately start separating what remains of the bones from the skin, preserving as much of the skin as I can.
Okay.
That's disgusting.
Okay.
It is
Okay.
making- after
Are
a
you
kill.
making a glove?
I don't want to say, but I'm not making a glove. And I just go back to work, just delicately separating the hand and finger bones from the skin of the Nothic hand. And I'm just like throwing the bits that I don't need into the fire.
What do you have there, Master Elf?
Oh, sure. So a while back we ran into a Nothic and we slayed it.
A Nothic, you say? It's been a while since I've seen one of their kind.
I kept one of its hands as a bit of a souvenir, and I have kind of an idea what I want to do with it, so I'm just getting it ready for future use.
Man of trophies. And he reaches down into his garments and pulls out this necklace, and you can see it has a myriad of different bones from various animals and creatures of different sizes. I also like to collect different things as I come across them. Already dead, though. I don't like to, take anything from what I've killed. I feel that's a little bit immoral, but not judging. Came across
don't
a
look at this,
Nothic,
Droop.
those are
And
pretty rare.
I reach under my cloak and I pull out my necklace of goblin ears.
And Droop is going to look over.
You take
I said, don't look.
goblin ears?
Don't look.
Why?
I'm gonna put it back under my cloak really quick. It's a long story, Droop. I will tell it to you one day. We'll sit around the fire with a glass of mead, and I will tell you why.
Leif quickly chimes in.
And Droop is going to
so-
take his hood and pull it up over his ears and hold it like this.
Droop,
Droop,
you
I
don't
would-
have to worry. This is for something that a blade of Ilnaval actually sent us on a quest for goblin ears. It's for that. It's nothing else. And your ears are safe.
Oh, I would
He
never.
holds it up
I would
tighter.
never take your ears, Droop.
That's
You should know
fine.
by now that I would never do anything to hurt you, my little friend.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sleep like this tonight.
Droop, are you hungry?
Maybe.
I'm gonna grab a meal's worth of rations and toss them his way out of my equipment.
And he's gonna catch him.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me know if you have to go to the bathroom before we go to bed. We'll go find a place.
There is a hole over here in the corner. I already peed.
Okay.
Literally, you can see in the corner there was a kind of a missing brick almost, where there's just this kind of square missing in the corner, and he took that for a lavatory. At this point, at least, the urine has soaked into the ground that was exposed there.
I'm gonna.
Yay.
I'm sorry, right off. We're in the midst of teaching him etiquette.
Just don't poop in any of my shoes.
Don't worry, Droop. I'm pretty sure all those goblins tried to kill us before he took their ears.
This is a true statement.
Okay.
So as long as you don't try and kill us, your ears are safe.
Oh, okay.
So as a party, you start to get yourselves ready for an evening's rest. And because you are in Rydoth's home, there will be no need for anyone to take watch this evening. He has a very secure building. He's told you that he has wards around his building that will keep away all of the dark and evil entities, and has a significant number of locking mechanisms on the inside of his already reinforced door. So everyone will be able to get a full evening's rest without having to worry about anything tonight. That said,
Yay.
those of you that were too drunk to level in Neverwinter now can level. Yay! Goderick, we'll start
Yay.
with you. Tell us about your level 4.
I decided to take the feat Great Weapons Master,
Ooh.
which basically I just feel like I can swing my bigger weapons a little bit faster and a little bit harder than I could before.
Nice.
So it'll come in handy later.
Anything else, or was that it? Just you took the feat.
That's it.
All right. Let's see. Ashin.
So, I'm taking the feat Sharpshooter for Ashin, which attacking at long range doesn't impose disadvantage on your ranged weapon attack rolls, and your ranged weapon attacks ignore half cover and 3/4 cover. Before you make an attack with a ranged weapon that you are proficient with, you can choose to take a -5 penalty to the attack roll to add +10 to the attack's damage.
Nice. Very nice. I dig on that. I dig on that a lot.
Actually, I did forget one thing. If I kill something on my turn, I can take another swing at something with my bonus action.
Oh.
There's also that.
Nice.
That is neat.
So I'm gonna continue working on that hand, and when I finish it, I'm gonna like wrap the bones up in a piece of cloth and tie it off and put it in my bag, and then delicately roll up the skin from the hand of the Nothic and stick it in another little pocket in my pack where it can be safe.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna pull out the sheepskin that I saved the other day. And I'm gonna
Okay.
like unroll it and just leave it in front of the fire.
I think that's it for
Regular
levels.
leather worker here.
Hey, he is a man of the woods. I can see that. I think that takes care of levels because Droop has not
Come
attuned
into
any new
his
skill.
power.
He has not come into any kind of power. He is still just a goblin.
Oh, excuse me.
So as the night carries on, you can hear the rain continue to come down around you as it kind of hits the roof of the building. You hear the water drops on the stone, and it brings you a certain level of peacefulness that you haven't experienced in a little bit. And as you continue on through the early morning, you once again wake to stillness. And you realize just how much after what Rydoth has told you about this dragon, that there is definitely a level of magic that the dragon brings to this area, and that nothing that is kind of natural wants to be in this area. You hear no birds there. You've seen no game. Only these twig blights and zombies and what you've heard about of spiders in certain areas. And as you wake, Rydoth takes his staff, as he is awoken before everyone, and he whacks it against the side of the wall. Get up! It stopped raining. Time to eat some food, drink some tea, and go kill things.
Godoric's gonna be slightly startled and grab a weapon, thinking that something bad's happening at the ready.
I'm gonna just kind of come out of my trance and look at him. I'm gonna look at Godoric and I'll be like, "It's fine." And then I'm gonna look at Rydoth, and then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna turn towards my quiver of arrows, and I'm just gonna start playing with the fletching on the arrows.
And for the first time since being in Rydoth's hut, you really kind of see him have this smug smile on his face, very happy to have aroused you all from your slumber. He really enjoys kind of being a dick.
I'm gonna put my weapons away and find food.
Would it be perhaps best for us to leave our packs here, maybe? Can we do that right off? Can we leave our packs here and just take like our necessary weapons and equipment?
Sure, I love acquiring new things in the event of your death. I mean, sure.
What?
Huh?
I think I'll keep my supplies on me.
Oh, boy.
You can leave your things here. I'm just messing with you a little bit. I don't get to meet many people, and you all seem actually like a fairly nice bunch of folks.
I
And
would
you're-
be happy to have you come to Phandalin and have tea with me and Edermath.
Oh, Edermath. I know him. We're old friends. Many stories, him and I. Used to adventure together.
I'm gonna show him my bracers and be like, yeah, he gifted these to me recently.
Oh, wear those well. If he gave those to you, he has placed a certain amount of trust in you, and by product, I must give you some trust as well. Listen, I know I can be a bit harsh, and you get that way as you get older and as you live on your own for quite some time. I really wish that I could go with you to fight this dragon, but I do not have the strength to stand against such a foe. That said, be careful. And I mean that. Be careful. Green dragons are nothing to be messed with. Beware their words. Beware their effects. I wish I could tell you more. They're just very crafty creatures and very powerful. Even at a young age, this one will be no slouch.
I'm gonna nod at Rydoth, and I'm just gonna like walk by the group. I'm gonna like pat Droop on the head and then walk outside.
Leif quietly follows Ashino.
Yep. Premier goes too.
I'm gonna kind of scowl at right off and then follow them out.
Always leave on a good note.
You woke me up.
Sound like my wife.
Well, I'm sorry, Goderic. I didn't realize that you needed your beauty sleep.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn around and be like, "Where's Asteria?"
I came out.
All together now.
She was probably just blending in with the trees, Ashin. I figured you would have seen that.
Did we leave Droop in the cabin?
I think
Yep.
it's best if we leave maybe Droop with Ride Off.
No, he can come with. He'll be fine.
As Droop goes to walk out behind you, he looks up.
Droop fight dragon?
No, Droop, I think it's best maybe at this time you stay safe here.
Oh.
Unless you want to fight the dragon.
Droop, if you want to come with us to take part in the fight against the dragon, you are more than welcome.
Um, I stay with you.
All right. You stay with me then. I'll keep you safe.
Okay.
So I guess our first stop is going to be the herbalist shop. So I guess we can go there, guys.
Well, unless you want to. Whatever's in the herbalist shop doesn't matter if we get killed.
But
I was just thinking it's on the way.
couldn't whatever's in the alchemy shop help us though?
It could.
Yeah, maybe. We could look, I guess.
Can I look around for tracks and make sure we're not gonna get, ambushed again?
Sure, give me a perception check.
Okay. Perception. 19.
You look around and you see that as the rain has hit the dirt roads or dirt paths in between, there are no evidence of new tracks or any movement since the evening.
Don't need any more twig monsters sneaking up on us.
Quite agree.
Okay. So, do we want to go to the alchemy shop then?
Let's stop by there, Bamir, and I think before we do deal with the dragon, maybe it's best if we check out the other areas, because it sounds like he does have followers, and I'd rather not get shot in the back.
Oh, you
That's-
said the alchemy shop was right across this road here, right?
Oh, I meant before the dragon after this.
Directly to the east, I think he said.
It's right across his house. It's right there, and I point right in front of us.
I mean, okay.
So,
Onward.
we go there.
Yes, there.
Let's go there.
As a party, you travel back up the path and make your way down to the next building over that Rydoth identified for you as the herbalist shop. And you are standing outside another dilapidated building. You can see that there's a sign above the door that has a mortar and pestle. And the door is half broken and slightly pushed in, but is also overtaken by vines.
I'm gonna walk up to the door and lean close to where it's like half open and just listen. See if I can hear anything moving inside.
You do not currently hear anything in the shop.
I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna look at Goderic. I'd be like, "Hey, you know how you like to kick in doors?
I'm just gonna walk in and kick it down.
This is the door.
Not even gonna let him finish his sentence. Just kick it down. Already ahead of you, buddy.
So as you
Bravely kicked down the door.
give me a strength check.
21.
So you walk up to the door and you give it a solid kick. And as you kick it, it kind of gives you resistance. So you kick it again. And in the second kick, it swings open. And you can see not only was there vines that were holding it, there's a kind of a silky substance that seemed to have been holding it in place.
Leif peers over their shoulders. There's probably spiders on the ceiling, aren't there?
I don't know. Do you?
I'm gonna look up when he says that.
Give me a perception check.
16.
You do not see anything as you peer inside the door.
I mean, we could always make a bunch of racket and see what happens.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's make sure the whole village knows we're here, including the giant dragon.
You did already kick in a door.
It's not
Pretty
that loud.
loud.
It's
Yeah.
pretty loud.
It's pretty loud.
Pretty loud.
You kicked
So
it twice.
I'm gonna walk over to the silky substance
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna touch it with one finger.
Give me an investigation check.
Seven.
By finger. I mean, wait.
As you touch this silky substance, it indeed is very sticky. And you touch it and your finger kind of gets stuck for a moment and you pull it and you pull it back and this thick strand comes off of your finger and you just, clearly it is some form of spider's web. Yet as you do this, you still hear nothing inside.
All right, so who wants to be the guinea pig and who wants to go in first?
Leif sighs. Yeah, sure. And Leif just walks in carefully with his sword drawn.
Amir's just like looking at Leif, looking at Godorak, looking at Leif, looking at Godorak. Well,
I'm gonna grab my great axe and see if it will actually cut through the spider strands that are in the area.
Okay. We'll have Leif do that since he walked in first.
Leif just swings talon cleanly at the spider web.
Give me a roll to hit.
14.
Actually, I was supposed to give you a strength check, but that's fine. You cut cleanly through the webs and you walk in the front door.
Leif just walks in and glances around. Hello, spiders.
And as you do, you start to hear a chittering.
There they are.
You don't see anything yet, but you hear the sound of movement.
Can Leif perceive where the sound is somewhere coming from?
You give me a perception check.
18.
you can perceive that the noise that you heard was coming from two places. One was in the room that you're in. Another was in the room next to you.
Can I?
I got something for this.
Oh. You should come outside, Leif?
Yeah.
Starts to slowly back up. One in this room, one in the next room. Don't want to be here either way.
And as
Bamir-
you go to leave, we roll initiative.
Yay.
Give me un momento.
All of my plans are ruined by low initiative rolls.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got a 12.
I got an 8. I have a
You need-
+5.
You need to roll dice, my
I have
friend.
a +5 on initiative.
Wow.
You're using the dice roller, right? That thing has been not good to you for initiative rolls.
Hey, it's been good to me for other things, so I won't
You
knock
willing to
it.
take it?
It gave me a 21 for the Bard off, so
That it did.
It did.
So you ready for initiatives or?
Yeah, I'm ready. I took the 8 and the 12. I
Oh,
was waiting for the rest of you guys.
17.
Sorry.
6.
Wow. Okay.
this is gonna go well.
12, 8, and 6. Lovely.
Ashin.
24.
Nice. All right, Ashin, you're up first. So far, you have not seen any of the spiders. You've just heard them.
So I was going to ask, could I perceive exactly where that sound was coming from that's in the room that Leif was in? Was
Give
I
me-
close enough?
Give me a perception check.
I'll make a perception check. $14.
You perceived the sound, but you did not know where it was coming from.
I'm just going to ready my bow and hold my action.
Okay. Godorek?
I am just gonna ready my maul and wait for something to pop out on us.
Okay. Leif, as you go to leave, the giant spider in the room with you crawls out from up above an old cabinet and is on the ceiling. And as it crawls over about halfway through the room, it attempts to hit you with its web, not allowing you to leave. 17.
So I have a 17 AC, so it hits.
So 17 goes to hit. Give me a strength check.
5, -1, so 4.
You are restrained.
Ooh.
So because I was holding my action, can I then use a reaction when it pops out to attack it?
Only if you had a readied action. Holding your action doesn't do that. Having a readied action does.
I did ready my bow.
You did, but you held your action.
Well, technically,
you are
this
restrained.
system, there's no holding.
Bamir.
Okay.
Do I
Here.
not be able to do anything while restrained?
You cannot do anything while you're restrained. You're
Okay.
saving. You can make a saving throw each round, and so you failed
Okay.
this round. So you were.
The character sheet restraint thing doesn't tell you what happens; it just tells you like your speed and disadvantages and advantages are. So I'm sure.
Gotcha.
Cool, thanks.
go? He should still be able to attack. He just has disadvantage.
Yeah, I thought I had disadvantage on my stuff, it said. I don't know. I mean, I'm fine either way. Doesn't really matter. Just
Yeah, restrained creature's speed
Yeah.
becomes 0, and it can't benefit from any bonus
Okay.
to its speed.
So attack rolls
and-
against. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll give you your turn back, Leif.
okay.
I was like, that's
I
way
just-
more powerful.
I find it way more fun when you're just restrained, but that's okay.
I'll play along a little bit then.
Well, find some monsters that do stun,
True.
because that's terrible.
All right. Go for it.
Leif, unable to move, lets go of Talon and raises his hand slowly through the web and casts Frostbite on the spider.
Okay.
So he has to roll a con save. 14.
How does that work with disadvantage?
It's not. So it's
Yeah.
instantaneous. So I can just literally just target. They just have to do a con save.
Okay.
So
18.
do they get advantage on?
No,
Save? Nope. Just
it doesn't.
doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't
No, 'cause
affect
it's
your
not an attack.
things.
All right. So 18.
okay. Yeah, they're good. It's a 14 con.
Okay.
Nothing happens. So basically, I was restrained and didn't do anything.
And Bamir, you're up.
Okay. Bamir is going to walk up to that window, and he is
What window?
going. The one that's right to the right
The
of the
window.
door. Wasn't that like a?
That's not a window.
Window.
That's just a broken
Okay.
wall.
Okay, well, then he'll stand behind, a little bit behind Leif, and cast Fairy Fire through the door. And he's going to make it so that it fills up that entire little house.
Sorry. What are you doing?
He's
Casting
casting
Fairy Fire.
Fairy Fire, which
In my
Fairy fire.
face.
Okay.
is
Fairy fire. Gotcha.
which is a 20-foot cube.
Okay. So
Tilts his
you're,
head over his shoulder.
so
Can't see
you
here.
can light up that first room.
Oh,
Is
he
that-
goes through the door.
I know. I'm saying that first room is 20 feet. The cubes on the map are 10 feet. So you can light up that first room of 20 feet. Do you still want to light up that first room, or do you want to light up the other room?
I thought they were 5 foot. Okay. I want to. I want to light up. Well, shoot. I don't want to do that. Then.
Okay,
I want
that's
to
fine.
cast. I want to cast. Vicious Mockery at the spider.
Okay.
Get out of here, you 8-legged cobwaddle. And we'll force him to make a wisdom save.
19.
That passes easily.
So it goes. How much damage does it take?
Nothing.
Oh, does it
Nothing,
take
it's
damage?
Yeah,
Oh, he
same,
saved.
Same with mine. Nothing
Ah.
happened.
I thought that they
Wait,
were
just-
still. I thought that was just a save to take all the damage. I didn't realize there was.
No,
was
a
some-
Vicious Mockery is a cantrip. So
So then it goes.
Leif just sighs. Yes, Amir, yelling at it and calling it names is really helping.
Asteria,
it
you're up.
works. It worked all the other times I did it.
Maybe it doesn't have a good enough brain.
Asteria, you are ready.
Can I see it from the doorway? Like, do
You,
I have
you
to
can
walk
move to
in?
the doorway, yeah, or you could move to see through the doorway.
Mm. But I still can't see where it is, right?
I mean, you would need to go to at least to where the door is to be able to see it. It's exposed now, but it's not exposed unless you can see into the doorway.
She's gonna go to the doorway and she casts Thorn Whip.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Oh, sure, that one's good. 22.
That'll hit.
6 damage.
And it goes as its this vine explodes out of your hand and lashes the spider. Are you going to attempt to pull the spider?
No.
Okay. So as it wraps around the spider's kind of front part of its body, it's I don't know all the technical terms, but it's the front part of its body, and the thorns explode into it and then retract, and the whip comes back, and it's definitely not happy about that. Ashin. Oh, excuse me. All of you hear a additional
Oh, damn it.
as a second spider comes crawling through the doorway. Again,
Hey.
on the ceiling. And now both spiders are in the room. And that spider is going to attempt to bite you, Leif.
Lovely.
19 to hit.
That hits.
It hits you for 7 piercing damage, and you need to give me a Constitution save.
16.
You do.
Oh, sorry.
make-
Do I need to add my modifier to it, don't
Constitution, yes.
I? 20.
Okay, so you made the save, so you take 5 damage. Excuse me, 5 poison damage.
Okay, so I'm poisoned now too.
You are now poisoned.
Lovely.
Oh,
So you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks in addition to having that for being restrained.
Leif winces and guys, there's another spider. Could you help?
And Ashin, it is your turn.
I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark on the first spider that has Leif restrained,
Okay.
and then I'm going to attack it.
All right. Roll to hit.
— 24.
24 will hit.
And then I'm going to use my Dread Ambusher ability to attack it again.
What's the damage on the first hit?
8.
Okay.
$17 for the second roll.
17 will hit.
And 11 for the second arrow.
Okay. As your arrows fly and stick into its abdomen, you have hit the creature and it goes, and it literally jumps from the ceiling onto the floor and is visibly looking pissed and very hurt. Godorek, you're up.
On the spider that is hurt now, I am going to. Well, first I'll rage. I'll rage.
that's
And
good.
I will-
Okay. We took a rest.
We took a long rest.
Yeah, we took a long rest.
Yes. And I will take a swing with my maul, using my Great Weapons Master attack as well.
So you're not going to be able to make it in very far because there is webbing everywhere in here. That's a difficult terrain.
All right.
So you'll be able to make it as far as Leif, and you would be able to attack the spider that just attacked him.
Okay, then I'll hit him instead. For 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
And 22 damage.
As you run up, run through the door, you step on these webs. Damn webs! And you swing your weapon and smack it on its head, and its arms go, and it flattens itself out as it recoils. Still alive, but looking very hurt. Its couple eyes have exploded, and it's bleeding green blood. And it is now the first spider that has just been hit with Ashin's weapon's turn. And he is going to go and attempt to bite you, Godoric, with a 17.
Hits.
That will hit for 4 piercing damage. And give me a Constitution saving throw.
Are you including the fact that I have half
I did
damage?
half that, yes.
Okay, cool. 7.
7. So you take 9 poison damage. Well, no, you're bear. So you're
Yeah,
also
that's
resistant to everything
yeah.
but
Psychic
damage. So you take 5 points of poison damage as well, and you are now poisoned.
It was 9, then it's 4. You round down. Everything round down. Just saying.
Okay.
I'll take 8 total, correct? Because you're confusing me now.
Sure. You can take 8 total.
Gotcha. Yeah. Not happy about it.
Leif, you're up. Again, all your rolls are with disadvantage.
That's okay. So I have to make a con save every turn for the restraint.
Yep, you need to make a Constitution save.
And I also am poisoned, so I have disadvantage on ability checks.
Yep.
So let me roll. Oh, doesn't matter. So I got a 10 with bonuses for con.
So you got a 10?
Yep.
So you are still restrained.
Like struggles a bit, keeps his hand raised, and uses frostbite on the spider that attacked him the first time. That Godoric hit.
Okay. This
So-
time you are going to hit.
And 6.
As you struggle to free from these webs, and your hand touches the web, and you cast frostbite, you can see the ice go up through the webs towards the spider as it starts to get cold, and you can see little icicles start to form on its outer extremities, and it ultimately turns a pale blue color, shakes, and then cracks and falls to the floor dead. Bamir, you're up.
Oh, there's only one left,
Mm-hmm.
and it's badly hurt.
It is badly hurt.
Then he is going to point at it and say, "You're just wasting our time, you villainous thin-sucked flax winch spider." And forces it to make another wisdom save.
14.
Damn.
Oh.
This time the spider. It mocks you. Asteria.
Rub it in, spider. Just you wait.
I will just do Thorn Whip again.
Okay. Roll to hit.
16?
That will hit.
5 damage.
As you cast Thorn Whip, once again, the vine exploding from your hand weaves its way through Leif and Godoruk and is able to wrap the abdomen of this spider. And as the thorns explode upon it, you can see that it not only explodes into the spider, but also kind of saws at it as it retracts and cuts the abdomen in two as the spider dies. And you have survived the encounter.
Yummy.
Leif tries to wiggle free. Could someone
I'm gonna
cut me out?
I'm gonna
yeah,
cut
I'm gonna
him
walk.
out.
Okay, you cut him out then. I'm gonna walk in there and walk up to one of the spider corpses, and I'm gonna grab my dagger and I'm gonna carve out one of its eyes.
Why? You're so gross.
While I'm cutting Leif out, I'm gonna look at Ashin and ask him if have you ever had spider meat before, or
I haven't. Let me cut you a piece, and then I'm gonna work on cutting him a
Whatever.
piece off the lower abdomen.
whatever it is that spiders have.
I wouldn't, but you guys aren't going to listen to me. She's just going to walk out of the doorway.
Question for, is Leif poisoned for X amount of time, or does it go after the combat phase?
It does.
It's an,
Good.
sorry, it's an effect, so that should say on the monster's ability.
It did. It doesn't say about how long the effect lasts. I believe it's until you're healed. I'm checking that actually right now as I'm going through this.
Okay. No worries.
And then, after I secure that eye, I'm gonna put it into a pocket on my shirt,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna remove the fangs from that spider. I put them in a different pocket, and I'm gonna secure my dagger and walk out of the room.
Okay.
Oh, wasn't there something we were supposed to be looking for in this building?
Yep.
I'm gonna turn around and walk right back in.
It's an alchemy shop. Apparently, before Thel died, he left things here.
Okay.
So
No,
as you
His wife used to be here.
So
as you
Oh,
walk into the building and you start to look around, you realize that it doesn't quite look like you would expect from an alchemy shop. It looks more just like a normal store.
So maybe this isn't the alchemy shop. Maybe this is just a herbalist shop.
As you walk through the rooms and you go into the room that the second spider was in, you see a body cocooned in a corner.
I'm gonna walk over to it and use my dagger to start cutting it free.
As you take your dagger and start cutting through the webs, you see that there is a body shriveled up, sucked dry, of a male elf. The body has studded leather armor and a short sword on its hip. You also see that in his belt pouch, he had a potion of healing, along with 23 gold and 35 silver pieces.
Oh, I should be writing these down.
I got you.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at the party and say, does anybody need studded leather armor?
I could probably use it.
All right,
Don't
I'm
think
gonna.
it would fit me.
It would not. You large oaf. I love you.
Fight me. No.
We already know who's the better hunter. I don't think you want to do that. So
fist to fist, I think I would win.
So I'm gonna secure the belongings off the body. And I'm just gonna set him outside, and then I'm gonna look at Goderic, and I'm gonna ask him if he wouldn't mind helping me, maybe trying to find a spot where we can put this body down to rest for the rest of eternity.
For sure. Have anything to dig with?
Maybe we can do that after.
All right, let's make a note of that then, because I don't want to leave. I don't just want to leave this body
Of course,
like this.
That's disgusting.
How you feeling, Droop?
Those were big spiders.
They were.
Very
Holy.
large.
I'm gonna take the short sword too, if it's okay with you guys.
Go
Sure.
for it. Was there anything else we're supposed to find here, though, besides someone's body?
Well, unless this is the alchemist shop, there's supposed to be some stuff here, but it doesn't look like an alchemist shop.
Other than gaining 100 XP apiece, no, there's nothing there.
All right. What did we decide on poison? Am I still poisoned?
Yeah, so
Oh,
that's a
I'm not feeling too well, guys.
I'm gonna hand him the healing potion that I just got.
hold on.
Well,
I'm
hold
still-
on.
Yeah, I'm still looking. I'm still looking into this effect.
It should have a duration on the monster's stat block. If it doesn't, then it's probably till the end of the turn, because poisons aren't a long
Poison for
lasting
1
effect.
hour,
Oh.
even after regaining hit points.
Oh,
Ugh. Well, that'll be
All right.
fun.
anybody want to take a short rest?
Which
Throw
Well-
up in a corner.
we'll say this. Give me each of you give me a Constitution save.
18.
Okay.
22.
So each of you will take 3 more points of damage, and the effects of poison will wear off.
Probably.
Lovely.
So I'm gonna hand Goderic that healing potion.
Gonna look over at Leif. Do you
think
have
you
one
need-
of these? Because I do already.
Leif glances at it and he just shakes his head. It's fine right now. Leave it.
No, it's not. And then I hand Leif the healing potion. Frickin' drink it.
Puts his hand up. Look, for now, it's fine. If we need it later for something more important, we'll use it.
Don't make me use my cure wounds on you.
Yeah, also leave that for later. It's fine.
Potion.
Yeah,
Cure
Goderic,
wounds.
Goderic probably could use some healing, I guess.
I'm totally drinking mine.
Don't-
I'm very limited to the
Don't
amount
drink
of cats I have.
Don't drink the healing potion. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on you at first level.
Okay.
Okay. What
I'm
are you
gonna
going
just-
for?
11. So
Perfect.
I'm gonna look at Asteria with kind of like a, hey, Leaf. Look, like, heal this man.
I could hold him down and force him to drink it.
I'm not
You
going to force
don't-
him to accept
don't waste the
spell.
healing potions.
You remember, there's the big giant green looming thing that we might need that for.
That's my point
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
It's just a spider bite. It will be fine.
So I have 2.
Leif, in the meantime, glanced back at the path we originally took. Wasn't there another building we have to check, or should we go towards the cultist or whatever they are?
Said to be careful of them. I don't think we were
Yeah, I
supposed to
don't.
go look for them.
I also agree that I don't really want them to come up on our ass on the event that they're actually like here to help the dragon. So it might be better to deal with them first.
I mean, I would set a trap behind us too, I guess.
We could, but I've only got the one hunting trap.
What about those
Might as
caltrops?
well.
I have the caltrops, but they're not super effective. And then I look into my pack, and I realize that I don't have my hunting trap with me. Oh yeah, hey, I left that trap in Phandalin.
Yeah,
Before-
you never picked it up, did you?
Before we go anywhere, will this studded leather fit me? Can I put it on now?
As you examine the studded leather armor and you measure up the elf, you see that, yeah, it's about your size. It could probably use some fitting, but it'll definitely do for now.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put this leather armor on then.
Ooh.
Okay.
So now that we're all set away, what do you all want to do?
So, what do you think, Pamir? Should we check these buildings building by building, or just go over to the cultist building and just confront them?
Or just say hello to a dragon?
I mean,
I'd rather deal with the dragon on its own.
I would too, but I don't
Without
want
allies.
the odd chance that those cultists come up behind us and start attacking us from behind is a big issue.
The dragon will
So I-
call it. The druid said he's
I-
going to call his allies to his aid. So if
I
we're
say
fighting the
we-
dragon,
Deal with the cultists first.
yeah.
Just explore the town. Maybe we'll find something useful.
I think the going after the cultist is probably gonna work out better for us because we don't want anybody else to come up behind us if they've already made the deal with the dragon, but we won't know. So
So I guess we'll just move in that direction then.
Okay.
There's a house.
and plus
back.
we can see if we can find the actual alchemy shop.
Maybe they're in it.
Maybe.
Leif holds up his hand. Instead of going right towards them, the map, there's stuff to the south of us as well. Maybe we should loop around. This seems to be a little bit better of a way.
That's what I was.
Yeah,
gonna
why don't-
suggest.
Okay, let's head south.
We want to go toward that.
We'll
kinda
we'll head up the
upside-down
path here.
T-looking building.
Let's go out the south door of this house and just look in that other one.
The one to the southeast?
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, I agree.
So as you walk through the building and make your way through very awkward thickets, you come across a building that structurally still seems fairly well intact. It has its roof still on, both doors and windows seem intact. And from best you can see, it seems like there's some iron rods that are hanging or leaning up against the back wall. This might have been an old smithy shop.
This might be worth looking into. And I'll walk up to the door and try the door to see if it opens.
As you try the door, at first it's a little rusty. And then you push it in and peer inside.
That's when the face hugger gets you.
What's inside? Can we look around?
Inside, you see a myriad of old tools. You see that it is indeed a smith shop. There's an old forge. Doesn't seem like there's a ton of value inside.
No
Um,
discarded weapons
can I-
or anything?
Can I take I want to go in the room in there, yep.
And as you take a step in and peer around, you disturb the silence, and it is replaced with the sound of... And out from the ground in front of you emerges an ash zombie, and then there is one again at the far side of the room. And we roll for
Yay.
initiative.
13.
Jesus.
Nat
3.
Said 13. A 3. Okay.
got a nat 20, so 22.
22.
7.
7 and a
21.
21.
That +5 initiative is going to go great.
Godoruk, you're up first.
I am
I'm just glad I have the +5.
to. I'm just gonna take a swing at the nearest ash zombie, using my great weapon master attack,
With what weapon?
with my maul. That's what I'm using for now.
Which one?
The maul, not the warhammer.
The
Okay,
maul, not the
not
warhammer.
the Warhammer. Okay,
Yeah.
Maul. Yes.
Maul's the only one I can use that ability with right now.
Oh, okay, got you.
17,
17 will hit.
and it's going to do 20 damage.
As you see this zombie pop up in front of Ashin, you instinctively run forward and swing your maul over your head onto the shoulder of this zombie, and you bring it like you've crushed its spine and half of its body onto itself, and it's barely standing. And as it does so, it goes and releases ash from its mouth. And I need you and Ashin to give me Constitution saving throws.
19.
20.
And you both are able to lean back just far enough to not get the ash ingested into your system. Ashin, you are up.
Okay, I'm gonna move my hunter's mark to that ash zombie.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack it. And that is a 17.
That'll hit.
That's 9 points of damage.
What are you attacking with?
And- My bow.
So, as you pull back and see this zombie approach and see Godoruk smash this thing and it recoils and comes back up and breathes ash, you instinctively just take your arrow in your hand and prod it forward through its face. And as you pull back, the zombie drops to the ground dead.
I'm going to use my Dread Ambusher ability to roll an attack against the second zombie.
Yep.
And I'm going to take the feat ability to -5 to add 10 to my damage.
Okay. Sharpshooter.
So, yes. So 18 plus 2, so that's a 20 to hit.
20 hits.
$22 points of damage.
And as you remove the arrow from the one zombie, you pull it back on your bow and loose the arrow into the zombie across the room, hitting it straight through the eye, and you can see the arrow come out its ear as it falls to the ground dead.
Okay. I'm just going to shrug. All right. Sorry, zombie.
As you turn around, the zombie starts to rise. And it makes its way back to its feet. And Leif, you're up.
While they're focused on the zombie, Leif would actually like to try to sneakily leave.
Okay.
Done.
I'll roll a stealth check.
Yeah.
All right. And roll. Okay, Nat 20 plus 22.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that 20 that's a success. So where are you sneaking to?
He actually just wants to sneak back towards the house across from Rydos while they're doing this.
So you're going to
The
sneak
upside down T.
back over here. This would be the house across from Rydoth's.
He's gonna take the path of like the long way around to.
So we're
The door.
still in initiative, so I'll give you your movement speed, so that would put you here-ish.
Okay.
So you are away from the group, but you
Well,
are...
if he's stealthing, he's half speed, so.
You're away from the group. You have made it away from the group. You are away. No one noticed that you have left, and you have departed. Bamir, you're up.
Okay. Pamir is gonna point at the zombie that just got back up and say, Get back down, you stupid body common kissing lootster. Makes a wisdom save.
That's an 11.
Aha! He takes 4 points of damage.
And as you say the words, the zombie goes and falls down just as quickly as he got up. Truly dead this time.
Awesome.
And we have survived the encounter.
I'm gonna-
Do you even know what you're saying?
Of course I do. That's why I'm saying it.
I'm gonna walk over to that zombie that dared to stand up after I killed it, and I'm gonna step on its head.
Half now, isn't it?
Doing so also snapped the arrow in half. But
That's
worth it. I'm going to actually head back to Leif now. So, Leif, you snuck away from the group, and you want to go and explore this building.
Yep, and he's gonna stay stealth.
So,
I'm gonna turn around.
you're going to come, you're saying down the path into this building.
Yes, correct.
Correct. Okay, and what do you want to do at this building?
Is there a door on this building?
Yes.
Oh.
No,
Doesn't seem
no,
like
there's
it.
no door in this building.
All right, cool. He's going to peek inside and investigate, listening for anything. But peeking to see the room.
Okay. As you walk up to this ruin, it looks as if it might have once been a farmhouse. It's now, like most things, swallowed by dense thickets. There are trees growing up through its foundations, and it's nondescript otherwise.
Yeah. He just briefly glances around the room and searches to see if there's anything important.
As you look in and around this area, you see nothing, really. Nothing of value, nothing of kind of really anything. However, your presence in the building has caused a stir. And as the party is looking around the old smithy shop, something happens. The thickets begin to tremble. And as they do, a number of twig blights manifest themselves just by the party.
Oh, not again.
And because they're above your all passive perception, you did not know that they were there, and they now have the ability to attack. However, we're going to roll initiative.
Oh, now I'm gonna roll.
Okay,
25.
there you go.
Hey!
Nice.
When I'm surprised.
It's not a bad time to have a high roll. Hysteria.
Initiative rolls suck tonight.
Oh,
Give it to me.
9.
It's fine. Go to Rook.
20.
Okay, Ashin.
You guys rock. Natural 1, so 6.
Okay, Leif.
19.
Okay. 4 of the twig blights swarm to attack who they perceive is one of the closest, and that is Asteria. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna roll twice. Oh, okay. Does 9 hit?
No.
Okay. So 2 of them run at you and miss you. The other 2 got a natural 20.
Oh, yay.
So 2 of them run and lunge at you, but came up short. The other 2 waited just a bit longer to jump at you, and one comes at you and sticks itself to your abdomen. The other one jumps on your shoulder, and they both claw you for 6 points of damage each.
Yay.
The next group. Here, I'm not going to move them. It takes too much time. The next group makes its way into the farmhouse. Where they see Leif. And does 16 hit?
No.
The first 2 swing and miss. And the second 2 swing and a miss. As they swarm in this building, you see these little twig bodies just kind of scurrying in towards you. And they try and jump at you, and you're able to dodge out of the way of their attacks. And now we are back to the top of initiative order, and that is Godoruk. So there are now 4 of these things right near Asteria, and 4 more that seem to have fled into the neighboring house.
Hey, how did Godoruk go before me?
He has a 25.
Oh, excuse me,
That
Bamir.
is
Sorry,
true.
I didn't scroll up on that. Bamir, you're up.
It's like, wait a second.
Sorry.
I didn't think I was first, but I'll take it.
All right. Bamir is going to draw the 2 short swords that he has now and go after 2 of the little dudes that are attacking Asteria.
Okay.
So first one he's going to attack is a 14.
That'll hit.
So it will take 8 damage.
And the first one you run over and you attack the one on her shoulder, and as you do a nice clean slice, the twigs burst into a million pieces. And that one is
All right.
dead.
And he's going to use his bonus action to attack with the other short sword. That is a 21.
That will certainly hit.
And it only takes 5 damage.
And as you finish slicing the one with the one hand, the one on her stomach, you come down with the other arm, and also wipe it clean off of her body, and the sword cuts through its center mass and cuts it in two, and as it hits the ground, it skitters away into pieces, and it is also dead.
Pamir flourishes his swords and says, "Just see how you like that."
He finally does something
Damn
useful,
twigs.
people.
Godorok, you're next.
I'm going to very carefully swing at one of the twig blights on Asteria. Or near Asteria, I guess.
Were all four on me or just the two? Two
Just
missed.
two.
Just
Okay.
the two. Okay. So he just took care of the two on her, right?
Yes. So there's still
I
two
will
next to
take
her.
care of the other two. Yes.
Okay.
Swing 18 hit.
That'll hit.
14 damage.
You're swinging with your maul still?
Yes.
As you see Bamir swiftly deal with the two blights on Asteria, you take your hammer and swing down on top of one and reduce it to a pile of dust. And it is dead.
Seeing that one dies, I can take my bonus action and use it to attack the other one. And that's for 12 to hit.
12 does not hit. As you try and play whack-a-mole and bring your maul back over to hit the one next to it, it skitters just out of the way and you miss.
Need me to clean that up for you?
How much to go to
Asteria,
sleep?
you are up.
Hi.
Oh, Leif, sorry. Sorry. My initiative is all screwed up on my encounter. Leave me
Okay.
alone.
Sorry.
Leif, you have 4 in front of you.
So they're all inside the farmhouse with me, right?
Yes.
I don't see where they're at, but am I able to move around them to the back door?
No, they are all within an opportunity attack range of you.
Can I do that and draw opportunity attack?
You can disengage as an action.
Yes.
Okay.
Run out the door you came in.
Yep.
Hold on, how far? I back up just about 5 feet away from them, and I shoot ice knife into the one that's like centermost in the group.
Are you taking the disengage action?
No, I'm just backing up 5 feet while in front of them.
So
Can I do that?
No.
you would
Okay.
you would incur an attack of opportunity.
I just shoot ice knife at the middle one.
Oh, jeez.
You can back up. You will just pay the penalty of an attack of opportunity from all
I
4
mean-
blights.
Am I within 5 feet of the middlemost one?
They're all within 5 feet of you. They all
Okay,
try
yeah,
to
I
attack
just
you and
I
missed.
literally just cast ice.
Okay.
Night 21.
That'll hit.
Okay.
And he's gonna make a save, right?
Yeah. So
He takes damage first.
yeah, the middle one's going to be taking 5 damage,
Okay.
and then I have to roll 2d6. And if they make the save, they all will take 8 damage, including me having to make a dex save.
Okay.
Which I cleared my dex save with a 20.
Okay. What's the AC on the dex
Oh,
save?
14.
So they as a group got a 19. So you cast Ice Knife on the one in the middle, and it hits him, and you can see he freezes and then dissolves into twigs. And the rest of them all look at that downed creature. Do they take any passive damage when they make it, or no?
No, it's really like if they just fail the dex save, they take
Okay.
2d6.
Yep, that was it.
Okay.
Now it's Asteria's turn.
How many of them are left?
Oh,
There are
one out here.
1 outside and
Here.
3 inside.
4 ran. Well, 4 ran into that house. And
Yep.
I don't know why.
but I can only see 2.
You can see
You
one.
only see one.
There's only
I can
one
only
left
see one.
inside.
Okay. I can only see 1. Then I'm just going to cast Thorn Whip.
Okay.
19
That'll hit.
for 5 damage.
As you see this last blade, and Godorok misses hitting it, you take your hand and you throw out the thorn whip, and before the thorns even get a chance to disperse after wrapping up the creature, it just dissolves on its own into bits from the sheer force of the whip itself. And it is dead.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I can punch these things to death.
Yeah.
Feel
And
nice when
Sheen, you are up.
Seeing the rest of those twig blights run around the corner and go in what I presume is the back of that building,
Mhm.
is there anywhere that I can move to see where they went?
You could try and follow them, but that's a heavy thicket, so it would be difficult terrain.
Is it thicket like as in forest type? Because I don't get
Yes.
penalized for that.
Okay.
I can move
so
at
you
my
would
full
have your
movement.
full movement speed to
Plus- Dread Ambusher gives me on my first turn 10 additional movement speed, so I can move 45 feet.
Okay, so that would get you to here.
This is your second turn.
This is my first. I rolled low on initiative.
Yeah, we had the surprise round. This is the first actual round.
Oh,
So that would get you to about here if you chose to follow them down.
I can't
Or-
see where you're showing.
Oh, really?
Really?
Oh, 'cause
Moving on screen.
It would take you to the southeast corner of the building. of
Would I
that
be able to
building.
see them inside the building from there?
Yes, because there's a window there.
Okay, I'll do that.
So, Sheen, you move basically here. Keep in mind, these 4 blights are in here. Well, 3 of them, anyway. And that's your
Okay.
move. Then it's the blight's turn again.
I still get to attack.
Oh, you do still get to attack. You're right. Because that was just your movement speed. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna look inside. I'm gonna see Leif inside. I'm just gonna kind of quirk an eye, and I'm gonna see the twig blights in there.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna fire my bow at the whatever the closest one is.
Okay. Roll it.
16.
That'll hit.
For 12 damage.
And that'll hit. And that
And
will
then
kill it. As your arrow
I'm-
rings through the window and hits the twig blight in the back, it's caught off surprise and just and disperses.
I'm gonna use my Dread Ambusher ability to fire an arrow at another one. And that's 14 to hit.
That'll hit.
$15 damage.
As you then pull back another arrow and loose it upon the next closest blight, it too gets tagged into the side and then dissolves into little twigs. There is now
And that. I'm
What?
gonna look at Leif and just, what are you doing in there? And I'm gonna leave it there.
It is now the remaining blight's turn, and that blight will ferociously once again attempt to attack Leif, but is going to miss. Putting us back at the top of the order, Bamir.
What? Leif's over there? Amir kind of wades through the brambles thickets to that window, and can he see the?
Oh, you're still in there, so you would have to get.
I
could-
moved up next to Asteria to
You
attack
did?
the.
You did. So, again, thick thickets. Are you
Party,
also
the entire party benefits from that ability. They don't
Okay.
incur movement penalties through
okay? So
forest
you can
related
yeah.
terrain.
So you should be able to get there. That's fine.
Oh, I thought there was a window on the side too. Or is that just
There's a
rubble?
tree in the way,
Oh,
and it's broken out building. We'll call that the window.
okay.
It's fine.
Well, he'll point his sword at the last little bramble, and say, "What the hell are you doing, you stupid piece of stick?" And make a wisdom save.
And as it hears these words, it turns to look at you as it goes, and then explodes. And we are out of
Sounded
combat.
Droop, kick some twigs. Get in on this action.
Droop starts kicking sticks on the ground of the exploded twig blades.
Stupid twig things hurt thing.
So you're
Are
just
you
gonna
okay,
stomp on a twig
Asteria?
and cast Cure Wounds.
Cure wounds for how much?
I'm looking. 4, 6.
Nice.
Who's are you curing yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. What were you down to?
15.
15. I
Awesome.
only have 27 hit points, sir.
It's fine. It's fine.
Leif walks out the
Godoric's our
back door while
Walking
they're
health pool.
doing
Yeah.
this and just kind of walks by Sheen and Bamir.
What were
No.
you doing?
No
Uh,
answer? Oh, okay.
Wasting time. Let's go.
No, we gotta talk about this because you go off by yourself, and then all these twig things show up.
Yep, completely my fault. Let's go.
Happened last time, too.
Yes, we established it's my fault. Let's continue on. I'm sorry.
I'm
Being
going off
very
by
defensive.
yourself.
That's all right, Leif. At least you're all right.
Leif doesn't really respond to that and just keeps walking towards where we need to go. He seems in a very weird mood and is very pensive as he walks past you guys.
So you guys
We
have
keep a very close eye on life.
also give yourselves 50 XP apiece for surviving that encounter. And an additional 50 for the zombie encounter. So 100 total.
Oh, that bar's moving a lot slower than the last one.
As you
So we're
guys
gonna-
make your way back out to the road after having cleared out these buildings, finding nothing of value inside, you see across the street from you is a shop that has what looks like a beaker with bubbles coming out of the top, and can assume that this might actually be the alchemist shop.
Leif
I'm gonna
draws Talon and actually just walks right in.
And as you walk in, we roll perception.
18.
As you look around, you can see that this indeed looks like an alchemist shop. There's herbs and beakers and various, remnants of goods around that you could see once actually had a shop. And as you move a few things around, kind of searching for anything of value, as Myrna had given you that tip, you see within some wreckage that there's a case. Small wooden case. Then you take it.
Leif sets it on the counter. I assume there's a counter, right?
Yep.
And sets on the counter, and you just mage hand to open it.
As you open this case, you see a gold necklace with a fine emerald pendant in it that you can assume is somewhere in the area of 200 gold.
Leif just picks it up with mage hand and walks out of the alchemist shop with it.
Oh, that's pretty.
The hand goes over to the mirror and just kind of hovers there in front of his face.
He'll grab it.
The mage hand lets go and dissipates, and Leif continues on where we need to go. Doesn't really say anything.
Where
Are
do
you in a
guys wanna
hurry,
go from
Leif?
here?
I'm gonna whisper to Ashin, what crawled up his trousers?
I don't know.
Where are we walking at this point?
Follow the southern path
Okay.
and make our way
Leif
to the
is leading us
cultists
right now, I guess.
You're trying to make your way over to the cultist building?
Yep, southeast.
All right. As you move as a group into this abandoned building, I'll give you guys a chance to stop here and come up with a strategy on how you want to approach the building supposedly holding at least 4 weird guys with masks, according to Rydoth.
So Rydoth said that these guys were trying to treat with the dragon. Do you guys want to try and converse with these guys, or should we just handle them?
I think it would be good to find out what they were doing and who they were with and why they were doing it.
All right.
Just
The
take a prisoner.
diplomatic approach.
Yep.
Diplomacy has never been my strong suit.
Well, I mean, we can hit first and ask questions later,
That's much more my speed.
but
Okay.
as long as we keep them alive.
Let's aim to try to keep one alive then, and we'll question him.
I'll aim
Well-
for the knees.
The more
We-
the more alive, the better, I think.
Then again,
Yes.
we don't know how many are in here.
Yeah. So let's try not to kill them. But if we do, it's okay.
As you look out the doorway of this abandoned building you're currently in, you see that this is actually a small farmhouse. The doors and windows are shut and shuttered.
Wanna
Can-
rush in?
I'd like to make my way into that thicket.
Which one?
The one that's to the north of the building we're in.
Okay.
Just a
You want to be
second.
like right here? So you have a good look at the door?
More in the thicket so that I'm partially concealed, and I'm gonna try to hide right there.
I'll give you half cover if you're seen, and if you want to give me a stealth check.
I'm gonna use. I have a Mask of the Wild ability where I can attempt to hide when I'm only lightly obscured.
Okay. Does that have its own AC, or do I need to give you an AC?
It's a. You can attempt to hide when you are only lightly obscured by foliage, heavy rain, falling snow, mist, and other natural phenomena.
Okay.
So he'll roll his stealth, and then that's the target for their perceptions.
Okay, fair.
So that would be 22.
Leif sheaths his sword and says very kind of callously, "You want me to draw all of them out here for you guys? You just take care of them."
If we do that, I would
I
like
mean-
to attempt to like hide on the corner of the building.
Go
Like,
for it.
surprise them.
So, Godork, where do you want to be?
like the northwest corner.
Like right here?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm ready my maul.
Anybody else?
Bamir's gonna try and sneak up to the corner of the building and stealthily peek in the window. So I guess you need to make.
Shutters?
The windows are shuttered.
Already covered
Yes,
that.
they're
there-
shuttered.
Yeah,
Is
they're
there
shuttered.
is there any like holes or something that I can peer through?
You can give me an investigation check? Sure.
I will make an investigation check, and I rolled a 15, so that's a 20.
You can see the smallest little hole, and as you peer inside, you can see two men wearing dark robes and, as Rydoth described, very strange looking masks that seem to try to emulate the head of a dragon.
Okay. Is there any holes on the other wall for the other room?
You can look.
I will. You mean make another investigation?
Yes.
That's 22.
So as
Using
you,
all my good rules for these.
as you make your way down to this other window, you peer once again inside and can kind of get a grasp for the situation. They've kind of, retrofitted this farmhouse and secured the outer door to the south. But there are indeed 4 more cultists in there. 2 of them appear to be sleeping, and 2 of them are keeping watch.
Is the door between the 2 rooms open?
You can see that it is cracked open slightly.
Okay. Bamir will try and catch Godorek's eye. Like he'll move up to the corner there and motion like 6.
Leif uses a message to Bamir. You know you can just do this, right?
Yeah, but I don't want him to freak out. There are 6 of them.
Got it. I message Mysteria and Ashin what Bamir said.
I'm just gonna message back and say okay.
Styria just nods because she doesn't have a message spell.
You can reply back to message when I message you. But yeah.
Don't forget to let Droop know.
Point directly at the room that I'm like on the outside wall of, kind of quizzically, trying to figure out how many are in that room specifically.
You're standing right next to him. So, feet. So, he'll point 2, he'll say 2 and then point at the first room and then 4 and then point at the other room. Well, he just messages you. There's 2 in the room next to you and 4 in the other room. Hold on.
What's the game plan here, fam?
Waiting
Well,
on.
We're waiting on some interruption.
Alright, sorry about that.
Okay.
I am back.
Oh, you're
All right. Bamir messaged you that there's 2 in the room next to you and 4 in the room opposite.
Alright. Nod and acknowledgement.
All right.
Leif looks at Bamir and whisper and messages, "You want me to just draw those two out?"
Either those two, or I can probably hit all of them.
Whatever you want to do, just let me know beforehand.
I might make a little noise doing it my way. Let's go with yours.
Leif just shrugs, and he shape changes himself to look like Agatha when she's beautiful. He kind of adjusts his clothing a little bit, and makes sure his sword is sheathed, goes up and lightly raps on the door.
As you knock on the door, you hear some movement inside. They open the door. Excuse me, can I help you?
Leif just smiles and puts a finger up and kind of like gestures to come here. And backs up slightly, just with a smile.
Excuse me, miss. I don't know what you're after, but we have a private meeting happening in this building, and I can't go with you, although you are quite pretty.
Leif's voice is very soft and matches Agatha's. Just for a bit, you wouldn't want to upset a lady, would you?
I mean, miss, I really can't. I'm working on something very important here. I really couldn't. I really couldn't. And he starts to back up and shut the door.
Leif just smiles and looks at Pamir and messages. Oh, you can kill them all now.
Okay. I guess your way didn't work.
Godoruk's just staring at Leif as Agatha, very confused as to what he thought was going to happen there.
Pamir's going to back up to the other hole that he can peer through.
Okay.
And then he's going to cast a spell. And basically what you see happen, if you can see him, which I don't know if anybody can, but basically he casts a spell and it casts around his lute and he strums it really hard, but you can't hear anything. And then he shoves it through the hole and targets the door that's slightly open, and it explodes in a cacophony of sound. This is shatter.
Give me a strength check to force your way through the shutter.
He just has to see it's a sight thing.
Oh, it's a sight thing, so you literally just look through the hole?
Yeah, it's casting a spell.
Okay,
He can see
gotcha,
it.
Gotcha.
He'll target the.
So you're trying to
targets a square.
to shatter the south door?
No, it's a. Oh, sorry. I thought I was reading the wrong thing. He casts it in the middle of that room,
Okay.
and basically it's a 10-foot radius circle, so it hits everybody in that room,
Okay.
and they all have to make Constitution saves.
Okay. We should also roll initiative now that we've attacked. So everybody,
Yeah, sorry.
everybody roll initiative.
Nat 20, so 22.
Nice.
Okay.
18 for Godoruk.
14.
21.
I got a 19. So I guess. Do you
So if you
two
want Mir to do that,
I do.
okay. So that would
you
mean,
just hold until after I go?
Yeah, Leif, and Ashin would just need to hold. Well, they would just need to hold until the turn. So, so you cast Shatter, and they need to make a Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
Okay. 17.
Wow. All of them?
I just bulk rolled for them.
Ah, come on. It's a
I
level
bulk roll
2
for
It's a
everybody!
level 2 spell. And it doesn't hit anything?
It's like when Night bulk rolled for my ice
I
knife
will-
when it says each
okay.
character specifically has to roll.
I will. Okay. I will
Each
leave
one.
that as the roll for those guys that are awake. I'll roll another one, 11, for the guys that are asleep.
Okay. I'll take it.
Okay. So I'm
Okay.
assuming that hits.
Yeah.
Okay.
The guys that are asleep take 12 damage,
Okay.
and the guys that are awake take 6.
So as you cast the spell in this eruption of light and sound fills the room, you can see that marks appear on the two sleeping cultists, and they do not move after. And they are dead. The two that are standing, each taking damage, cover their faces just in time to only receive a good portion of that damage, but not enough to end them.
Oof.
And Asteria, it's your turn.
She got a 14.
She's next in the surprise order.
Yeah, we basically, Tashi and I are not doing our turn in the surprise order.
Yeah, you all... Oh, Godorek, sorry. Godorek, you're up next. Apologize. Damn it, I keep doing that. Godorek, you're next.
Yeah. I'm going to go into the first room, the one that I'm close to, and
Give me a strength
try
check.
to strength check. All right. 17.
You go to kick on the door, and it doesn't move.
Thought it was still slightly open. That sucks.
The middle one is slightly open. The first door is closed and barred.
Ah.
So that would bring us to Asteria.
Steer. Costume.
Asteria?
Sorry, I'm here. Door is not open, yes?
Correct.
She is going to use one of her wild shape, but she is not going to shape into the direwolf this time. She
Okay.
is going to be a emerald green bear and charge at the door.
Give me a strength check.
She rolled to 19 plus 4, so 24. 23.
23.
So as you, Asteria, transform, and once again that shimmer of light surrounds your body, and you grow in size, and we hear this groan of a bear. You charge out of the room and straight into the door, lowering your shoulder and reducing it to splinters as it breaks apart. And there are two cultists in that room that are doubly surprised because their heads were turned about to go into the next room to see what happened, and now there's a green bear standing in front of them, and they both are exclaiming, "What's going on? Please don't hurt me!" And we are back to Leif.
Leif, I would be near the door at this point. I was near there when left, so I should be close enough to this. Leif goes in around Asteria and grabs the closest cultist, who I believe is the one that I spoke to at the door.
Yep.
And attempts to push him up against the wall and say, if you don't want to die, shut up and stay here.
Give me an intimidation check.
And 21.
He starts shaking and sits down and sits there.
Just looks over. He still looks like Agnes, by the way. Looks over at the other one and just raises an eyebrow.
The other one backs into the corner of the room, also not looking for a fight.
Good.
Ashin, you're up.
I'm gonna break my stealth and move down to where Bamir is.
Okay.
And I want to attempt to bust open that shutter that he's right by.
Okay. Give me a strength check.
16.
You take your elbow and throw it against the shutter, and it breaks open. You see what looks like two dead cultists that had been laying down at either end of the room, and two more standing, badly hurt.
I'll just fire. I'm gonna roll to attack the one that's closest to me.
Busting open the shutter was an action.
Okay.
So unless you have a bonus action that can attack, that would be your turn.
I'm just gonna say hi, and that'll be my turn.
Bamir, you're up.
Can Bamir vault in through the window?
Sure.
Okay. He'll jump in through the window, kind of doing a little flippy thing, and then try and pull out his two short swords and put them at the throats of the other two guys and say, back off unless you want. Stop. Don't resist if you want to live. If you don't want to share the fate with those two guys, and also rolls to intimidate.
Okay.
Oh, wow. He got an 11.
As you fly through the window, right into the center of the room where your shatter had previously gone off, you point your sword at the north, west, and southeast cultists who are still alive and try to intimidate them. In their weakened state, the one closest to the door cowers away into the corner, and the one in the northwest is still standing, staring at you, and he yells at you. Who are you? Why have you done this? And he pulls his sword and meets yours. More in a defensive action than in a offensive action.
Oh, so we're not in combat anymore? Or?
Godoruk, it's your turn.
Can I get into the room where Bamir is, where I am? Assuming I'm still near the front door.
You
Hysteria.
would just be able to get to the door.
Get to
but that would be enough to look into the room.
There's a big green bear butt in your way. Sorry.
Big green bear butt. I'm not mad at it because I like
Do you have a-
bears.
you can. I'll put you like right here. You won't be close enough to attack anybody with a melee attack, and you would basically walk in through, see a bear version of Asteria, 2 cultists cowering in corners, and as you open up the door into the main room, you see Bamir with basically looking like he's just conquered this entire room single-handedly. There might even be an ethereal glow around him at this point. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna hold my action and just stare at Bamir and see what he's gonna do in this situation.
And as you do, the cultists that was holding his sword against Bamir once again speaks. Who are you, and why have you come and attacked us? You killed 2 of us. What did we do? What did we do to you?
We heard you were going to treat with the dragon.
Yes. We were going to treat with the dragon. We were here to worship. Dragons are ancient creatures that deserve our devotion. Who are we hurting? Who are we disturbing?
Anybody who wants to treat with the green dragon isn't looking for a good time.
Says you.
Dragons are evil.
Dragons
Can I
are
try to
dragons.
get the mask off of the dead cultist in front of me while all this is going on?
Reach down, pick up one of the masks. It's covered in blood. We haven't even spoken to the dragon yet. We've just been looking at it from afar, trying to judge whether or not it was worthy of our devotion.
Cowards!
Not cowards. Smart.
Where did you find out about this dragon anyway?
We saw it flying up above some time ago and decided to follow it. Every so often it would leave and we would see it again in the sky, and we continued to make our way from afar. We
Where
followed
from?
it through the forest. Well, who are you? Why am I telling you this? You just tried to kill us. I don't have to explain myself to you. We'd have done nothing wrong here. If anything, you should be explaining yourself to me why you've killed 2 of my comrades. Who knows? Are the others all right? And he starts looking around kind of in a panic.
Don't make me sick droop on you. Droop?
Can Asteria move up into the room with Vamir to try to intimidate the guy a little? She's, yeah,
Little with a big old
a bear.
You walk into the room as a dire bear and stand up on your back 2 legs. And the cultist then shifts his sword to you. You've got a fucking bear? Who the fuck are you people?
We have something much worse than a bear.
Well, my name's Bamir, and we're going to stop anybody that's trying to treat with the dragon.
Clearly you're doing a good job then.
Why would you treat with the green dragon?
Why else? We wanted an alliance. We were
Alliance with
offering them
who?
tribute.
An alliance with who?
The dragon!
No, okay, yes. You're trying to make an alliance with dragon. Who are you?
My name is Fabric. I come from a town outside of Leyland. And these are my friends. We were fed up with our pathetic lives, and as we saw the dragon, we took it as a sign that we were meant for greater things. No one believed us when we said we saw a dragon in the sky. They said dragons hadn't been here for hundreds of years. They've all been cleared out. But we said, no, there's a dragon here. And so we came. We felt called to the dragon. At least that's what we thought.
Can I have Asheen climb through the window at this point?
Sure.
So I'm gonna climb through the window and look at the guy that's talking. And I'm just gonna aim my bow at him and say, I can suffer no evil to live, and if you plan to worship evil, then you are therefore evil as well.
Very high and mighty of you. Coming in and slaying the innocent.
Can I attack him?
Can you? Are
Stop
you
asking
going
those
to?
words. There
I
is no
would-
such thing as can I in this game.
I would like to fire my bow at him.
Roll to hit.
Probably gonna kill him.
Then he died from 12 damage.
18.
That's
You hit.
dead.
You going to kill or you going to incapacitate?
Take his big toe off.
I'm gonna kill him.
And as he stands there, you feel the mark on your hand begin to burn under your bracer. And as this rage wells up within you, you feel overcome with the urge to kill this man. And you almost feel yourself, not as if you were in control, pull back the bow and let loose an arrow straight into the man's mask, and he falls into the corner dead.
Oh,
And then
As you do, your adrenaline pulses, and the wave of emotion leaves you, and you feel its compulsion no more.
I'm gonna look at the other living guy in the room. You're next.
Leif hears this and is changing back as he walks into the room and looks at the guy who was just killed by Asheen and just glares at Asheen. What are
As
you
Leif
doing?
walks
What was
past
that?
me, I make sure to keep an eye on the two that are in the other room so they don't try anything.
he was giving up. What did you kill him for?
I can suffer no evil to live.
Well, apparently they hadn't done much evil yet except try and go worship the dragon. I almost feel bad for killing these two. I do feel bad for killing these two.
Asheen, you just killed a man who had surrendered. Maybe if you're looking about evil shouldn't live, you should look at yourself. And Leif leaves the building.
I wouldn't say he surrendered. He was still holding the sword at me, but he was
Right.
gonna surrender.
I look at the other cultist. What's your choice?
The one in the corner, still in the room, pulls off his mask and throws it down. I was just following fabric. I don't know what to do. I just want to go home.
Go home. Take your friends with you.
And with that, you round up the other two cultists and send them through the south door, and they make off into the forest, unarmed.
Bamir kind of falls down to his knees. He's just, what have I done?
I walk over to Favric's body and loot him.
Favric has nothing on his body, but as you scan the room looking for anything of value, you see on a table off on the east wall is a box that is clearly ornate with a dragon carved on the top and front, wrapped around the box.
I'm going to walk over to the box and pick it up and then move it over to Bamir and set it down in front of him. And I'm going to like get down in front of him. I'm going to look him in the face and I'm going to say, you shouldn't feel bad about this. These men clearly had evil intent if they were intending on serving a dragon that is clearly affecting this place in an evil way, and they were wanting to side with it.
Look,
They were clearly eventually going to take a walk down an evil path, and you prevented that from happening. And yes, I took a man's life, but I saved 3. They're gone.
but
It's time to move on.
there's a difference between foolish and evil. These men were foolish, but I don't know if I can say they were evil yet.
Yet. Best not to linger on it. We have things to do. Let's go take care of this dragon. And I stand up and I walk out of the room. And outside. Over to Droop.
Droop's just going to look at you as you walk outside.
What happened? I heard big boom, and then bear, and then changeman come out sad.
We killed some of the cultists and we let the rest go.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna go find this dragon now. Are you hungry?
No, Droop good.
Okay. I'm gonna take a drink from my water skin.
Leif at this point has moved up further north, closer to the next building, but hasn't gone in it or hasn't done anything besides keep close to it.
Okay.
Godoric's just gonna play with the mask that he picked up. Does it fit him? Does it fit his face?
You pick up the mask and look at its kind of makeshift dragon qualities, horns coming off. Looks like it's recently been dyed to be green with kind of by rubbing some, very, moist leaves on it to try and just get that kind of hue on it. And as you apply it to your face, you see that the eye holes don't quite line up right, and the nose doesn't quite fit either, and it's just very awkward.
I crush it then.
And you squeeze it in your hand, and it breaks.
On to fighting a dragon.
Can I go back inside and retrieve Favric's cloak and mask?
Sure.
I'm gonna stuff them in my bag for later.
Okay.
Daria's gonna
Noted.
walk out and follow Leif.
Are you still in bear form?
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to you in bear form, and I'm just gonna take it. Like I want to grab Asteria by like the scruff of her face and like scratch, and just look at her and be like, "This is so awesome."
Gets up on her hind legs and licks him in the face. And gets back down. Looks to where we're going.
Bamir, are you still in the building?
Yeah. He's gonna stand up and kind of pick himself up.
I'll get the box.
I thought you took that with you.
Okay, I'll say I have it with me.
He's gonna go over to the 2 guys that are still laying down, and he'll pull the mask off of one and make sure his eyes are closed, and make sure the guy that Godor took the mask off of has his eyes closed, and he'll bow his head for a few minutes or a few moments before standing up and leaving to join the others.
As you all have completed that encounter, you can each give yourself another 50 XP. Ashin, as you picked up the cloak, you noticed that there was something dangling from one of the straps. Seems like a little vial that could be a potion.
I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna look at it. And I'm gonna walk over to Bamir and I'm gonna hand it to him and be like, "Do you know what this is?"
Looks like some kind of potion or something. I can look at it later.
Okay.
I don't want to take the time right now.
Okay.
As you continue walking north, Leif, you are standing outside of this next building.
Leif's hand is on the hilt of Talon, and small bits of dark energy from hexing his weapon is just kind of pulsing from his hand to the weapon. And he just glances at the door and just walks past.
You walk past what appears to be just an old cottage. Nothing in particular special. And with obviously something heavy on your mind, you continue walking past. The rest of the group now approaches the cottage. It's dilapidated and old, much like everything else in the city. Ahead of you, you can see a clearing that looks like a town square with an old dilapidated statue in the center. There is a structure further ahead of you that looks like it could be a barracks. And you can begin to see more clearly the makings of the dragon's lair in the tower. The statue, as you get a closer look, appears to be that of a warrior clutching a spear and a shield.
Leif, since he's the first one there, looks at the statue and investigates to see if there's an inscription on it or anything at all that notifies maybe who this warrior is.
It's long overgrown and made of wood. Any inscription has been deteriorated beyond any kind of recognition, but based on what this is, you get the sense that this was someone important to the town's history, perhaps a defender of the town.
Leif gives it a brief look and looks at the barracks to the north, goes up and knocks on the door.
Rest of the party, what have you been doing, or what are you doing at this point?
I'm just gonna follow Leif.
Yep.
Okay. So as you all bypass the cottage into the town square and move up to the barracks, you get a sense that there's an eerie calm about you in the town square, and you feel vulnerable and open. But nothing seems to be happening.
We should probably not stay here. I would suggest we just make our way to the tower.
Leif, as you knock on the door, you hear nothing inside.
Leif just looks at the door and sees if he can pushes it open, kind of just ignoring Ashin.
This barracks seems to have weathered the years better than most buildings in the town. And as you attempt to push open the door, you can see that it swings freely. But as you do, more zombies rise from its ashes. And we roll for initiative.
I'm back. Rolled a 6.
Roll a 3.
I'm back, he says. 6 and a 3, okay? Go to work.
21.
Okay. Machine.
22.
16.
And late for the 16, okay. Okay. Sheen, you can see one zombie ahead of you, but you can hear additional voices or groans coming from inside the doorway.
I would like to use my movement to move around to where that window is on the left side of the building.
Okay.
And then in a straight line across the length of that room, I'm going to shoot that first, make an attack against that first zombie right there.
Okay.
I'm going to use the sharpshooter feat to take a -5 to my roll to add 10 damage to this attack.
Okay.
And that's a 17 to hit after the -5.
That'll hit.
It's 19 damage.
The zombie takes an arrow straight to its chest and breathes out ash. But it's still staying.
And then I'm going to use my Dread Ambusher ability to attack it again.
Okay.
That's a 22 to hit.
Hits.
And that's another 15 points of damage.
That will take him down to the ground with another arrow into its chest. And it stops moving.
And that's my turn.
Goderic, you're up.
I'm going to walk as far into the building as possible.
I'm just, again, for sake of argument, you can get into these first two. Well, you can get to this first zombie straight ahead of you. This guy will be a little bit too far.
Then I will attack him with a 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
And 12 damage.
As you run up to him with your maul, you pull an uppercut maneuver into its body, and it doubles over your maul and expels its ash. And give me a saving throw. Constitution.
17.
And you've known this by now, so you were prepared and you had your head pulled back and out of the ash. But it's still up. Leif.
Yeah, Leif would like to use a sorcery point to cast Wicked Spell.
Okay.
And walks into the room and sees the one in front of Godoruk and shoots Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay.
And hit. That is 16.
That'll hit.
And damage. And 9.
That zombie takes this Eldritch Blast hit to the chest, and the purple energy pulsates throughout its body, crushing its chest cavity and reducing it to nothing but ash on the floor.
Leif uses the rest of his move and action to go over to the one at the far end of the other room, and basically swing to decapitate it.
Okay. Roll to hit.
And roll. 18.
That'll hit.
And 13 damage.
As you go to swing to decapitate, you swing and cleave it in the shoulder, digging deep into its decaying skin and body, and it collapses a bit before it puffs out its ash, and you need to give me a saving throw.
For con?
Yes,
Dex?
Constitution.
Okay, 18.
And you have your head turned away, expecting that, and are safe. Bamir.
I guess Bamir's gonna walk into the door and point at the guy that's standing in front of Gage and just be like, "Dude, just die, you overgrown dust bunny." And makes him make a wisdom save.
9.
And he will take damage.
4 points.
3 points.
3 points. As he casts this, it arches its neck like it's in pain, but it's still standing. And that zombie, irritated, tries to take a swing at Leif. It's hungry. $14 to hit,
Nope.
and it reaches out, and it does not get you. As that happens, the commotion has caused additional zombies to stir. And another one comes through to attack Leif. $21 to hit.
Yep.
You will take 4 bludgeoning damage as it reaches forward and smacks you with its fist on your chest. And then blows ash in your face. Give me a saving throw.
16.
That saves. You again are able to withstand the effect of its ash puff. Asteria.
How many of the zombies are left? There's the one in the other room.
So there's the one in front of Godoruk that has been Eldritch blasted, so that one should be off the map. So there are 2 at the end of the hallway with Leif. That's all you know of.
And
Well.
I can't fit in there.
Probably not as a bear.
Mm-mm. I don't want to drop it yet, though, because I don't want to... I can stay as bear for 2 hours. She's just gonna move over by Ashin.
Give me a roll to hit.
Huh?
I'm about to rule a cool something. Just roll to hit.
Okay. Where's my bear sheet? $23.
That'll hit. Roll for damage.
Okay,
Because the bear, in bear form, bear has a multi-attack, so
Okay.
she can bite and swipe with her claws, but
Okay.
she's just gonna swipe with her claws.
Okay.
Uh,
You sure you don't want to do both?
Sure. It's 2 separate attacks.
Okay, give me another attack then.
That's a 19.
That'll also hit.
Okay. So the bite is... That's 11 points of damage for the bite.
Okay.
And 13 points of damage for the claws.
Okay. So, Asteria, you realizing you're not going to fit through the door, look through the window and see that there is indeed another window behind the zombies. And you clamber over to that window and you reach your head through and bite the zombie that had just come out of the room and pull it back through the window, slashing it with your claws, taking its head off. And it's dead.
Dope.
Nice.
Basically just licked an ashtray.
I'll find a way.
It's like kissing a smoker.
Give me a Constitution save since you did bite it.
For bear is 16.
And you are safe. That last zombie is going to open up the door and come in and also take a swing at Leif. 16 to hit.
No.
Damn, your AC's high. AF. And it again swings at you and does not hit. And that brings us to Ashin.
I'm gonna aim at the weaker of the 2 zombies that's in there, the one
Okay.
that's already been hit.
Yep.
And I'm gonna attack it. I'm gonna fire my bow at it.
Okay.
That's a 26 to hit.
That'll hit, yes. I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to give it partial cover because there's 3 people in your way.
I ignore partial cover.
Fair enough. Done. 26 will obliterate that check anyway, so go for it.
That's 13 damage.
And as you fire that arrow, Godoruk, Bamir, and Leif, you can feel the wind of that arrow sail past your heads as it pins the weaker zombie in the head, and he falls backwards on the ground and does not seem to rise.
Everybody
Now-
okay in there?
Now
That's my
leaves
turn.
one zombie and a Godoruk.
I'm gonna rush it and take a swing with my maul.
Okay.
I will take my -5 to hit to add damage to it.
Okay.
Hit is 15.
That'll hit.
$21 damage.
And as you charge in, again raising your maul high, you bring your maul down on the head of this zombie, causing it to crumple into nothing on the floor. And as you raise your hammer to look at it afterwards, you can see that it's still twitching, barely alive. Leif, it's on you.
Leif twists the sword in his hand and just stabs straight down into its head.
Roll a hit.
17.
That'll hit. And as you do, you bring that sword straight into its head, give it a twist, and the zombie stills, and you are free of the encounter.
I don't have to do a con roll.
Nope.
I was curious
Okay,
about
cool.
that as well. Okay, cool.
No puff. We'll take it.
No puff when zombie dead. Only made Asteria do it because she bit it.
Fair.
And I had her
Cool.
do something really cool. So I figured it might as well be fair.
That
to
was
get
amazing.
something.
Bears are awesome. Do that more.
Yay, bear.
I can also climb trees.
What?
I have a climb on my bear stat sheet. I can climb 30 feet.
All right.
Okay.
And you can give
Yeah.
yourself 50 XP for that encounter.
Sweet. XP.
Leif
Oh, I'm gonna-
sheathes Talon and kind of gives a cough as he rubs his chest, and then just walks past, leave the building. Feel free to loot it. I'll be outside.
Can I walk up? I'm gonna walk up to Leaf and ask him what's going on.
Leif literally just ignores him.
So you're not gonna talk to me now?
The silence ensues.
All right.
As you go through the building, you see nothing of value. Everything has been rotted away, long since devoured. No food, no weapons. The building may have withstood the test of time, but its contents did not.
Let's move to the tower.
Are we heading to the tower?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As you make your way through the thickets over to around the tower, would you like to move stealthy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Give
Party
me
stealth
a
check.
Stealth check. Party a stealth check. Haven't done one of these in a while.
Okay, that sucks. Nat 1, so 3.
Okay.
Which kind of fits Leif right now, I guess.
20. Not a nat 20, but 20.
Okay.
18.
I also have a 20.
Okay.
23.
Okay. Droop also natural 1. So the half of you got 20 or better. So we're going to say that you're stealthed. As you make your way under the canopy, for the first time since being in Thundertree, you see a few small birds circling the tower. They do not seem to perceive you.
Okay.
I'll stealthily move up to that window right there and peer inside.
So this tower part with these windows are elevated, and
The
so you won't
boxy
be able
part.
to peer through them, but you would be able to peer through this, just so that everybody's aware.
We can't see what you're pointing at, by the way.
Okay. The boxy part windows are accessible from the ground. The windows that are part of the tower are not.
Okay, so I'll move up to the boxy part and look through that window right there.
Okay. And as you do, we're going to take one more break. Quick one. Quick break, but a quick
Break.
one.
Ooh.
Okay. Whew. Intense.
Intense indeed.
It's not updated, but Leif is now on 15 health.
Yikes. What's up, Jacob? How you doing, man? Also, Tim, thank you so much for that raid, man. I know you're probably gone to sleep at this point, but I love your face, dude. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm gonna make go to rage and put y'all all in a room together and talk about your issues. It's like
Nope, that's
Being-
fine. I'm just not gonna push the issue.
I'm being pissy. I just
Oh,
found
well-
out that I don't know who killed my parents, and I'm not being pissy. Like,
Fair. Gage is perfectly fine. Leif is an unhappy little biscuit.
Some choices aren't completely in our control.
Oh yeah, but Leif doesn't know that.
I might have an inkling of what Leif is mad about, but I'm going to keep my mouth shut because yay, DM knowledge. Anyway, what's going on, everybody?
Because I didn't know you would know if you mad about.
I have an inkling.
Ooh, interesting.
You want me to DM you?
Okay, go for it. Yeah, I'd like to see if you're right or not.
Go to Rook and Corrupt are very, very confused and very intrigued.
I honestly wasn't expecting him to be this way for this session. So this was not a planned thing.
And I will fight one of you if I have to.
Hey, I never know when the mark's gonna.
Those are my two guesses.
The first one, do you mean the Changeling one or the Warlock one? That
You
you
have
said.
two?
Yeah, I mean, this is common knowledge. The Changelings, remember the Traveler is their deity?
Yes. Okay.
And then, I guess the patron for the Warlock, just a patron. I guess they're not a
I was
deity.
going to say the patron, but yes.
The patron. Okay, so you were thinking either the patron or the other thing that you mentioned.
Yes.
Okay.
Am I close? I'm
The
curious.
second one is half right,
Okay, fair enough.
but not completely.
All right, that's fair.
Good guess though.
Fair enough. Oh,
That contributes. I'll say that it contributed.
okay, fair. That was my immediate thought. That second one was my immediate thought. The first one was like after pondering, I'm like, maybe. Guys, if there's anybody still here from Tim's raid, or if you were not here from Tim's raid, please make sure you're going and following Tim Cade, his good friend, and we have a show that we do live on the New Game Plus show channel, newly rebranded from RetroFizz channel, on Twitch, kind of between 10:30 and 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time, where we talk about weekly news in the gaming era. And also make sure to check out that YouTube channel in addition to Tim's channel. Also, give some love to DB Fig and Apocalyptus. You guys, your raids, thank you so much. If you are new, don't be afraid to hit that follow button. We play D&D every Saturday night for quite some time, and then I post everything on the Dungeon Nytes YouTube afterwards, in addition to weekly vlogs about my experience as a very new DM. This is only my 7th session ever DMing, and my 9th session only ever playing D&D. So, thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you, fam. Love you. Looks like
And what
we
a
are...
fantastic job you're doing too.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Are we back?
I'm back.
Lovely. Asteria, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Blink.
Blatant mother.
Just roar if you're there. Just,
Oh my god, I
Ugh.
forgot about that. Blink. That's a great reference.
Sorry, that's good.
I'm sorry. Oh, I gotta get the giggles out because this is gonna be giggle worthy. Okay. Okay. Real quick before I do that, just so I don't forget, I want to DM you guys the treasure that was there.
What was where?
The loot in the box that you haven't examined yet.
Oh,
okay.
I'm just gonna put it in the Discord, that way you guys have it.
okay, cool.
I figured you guys were appreciating that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's dive right back in then. Ashin, as you look into this window, inside you see, well, first off, this tower, now that you have finally gotten a good view of it, because it is completely surrounded by dense thickets and forests. And when I say dense thickets, I mean 10-foot high thickets that seem to just be getting closer and closer and taller and thicker as you approach the tower. The tower itself is 40 feet high. As you peer inside, you can see this room is kind of a holding area. Not much really going on there. There's some arrow slits that are visible. It's just very quiet. As you look around more, you notice that there's actually 2 corpses off in the corner of giant spiders that appear to have mauled, by no doubt, this dragon. Their bodies are bloated, blistered, and almost about to pop. Like something has affected them beyond what is normal.
I'm gonna make a very visible scowl, like ugh, and I'm gonna look at the party and make that face.
Aside from that, you just see kind of what would you assume as you continue to look would be a cottage attached to this tower. Dusty furniture, aside from those corpses, nothing else. And a shut door.
I'm gonna move to the door and make a stealthily attempt at opening the door.
Okay, you stealth check.
As my cats meow in the corner.
There.
19.
You open the door and stealthily enter. Aside from the corpses, you see no movement, no life, and it is continuing to be eerily still.
I'm gonna poke my head back out through the door and just motion with my hand. Come on.
Okay.
Everybody
Here
coming with?
we'll move up.
I will follow.
Leif is behind everyone near Asteria.
Is everybody going in?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Okay.
Yep.
Everybody's in the room. And there's a shut door. And the only thing attached to it is a 40-foot tall tower, which you know has a very high probability of having a dragon in it, since you saw one come in and have not seen it leave.
Leif casts a message to Asteria. Can you investigate those spiders and make sure there's nothing wrong with them? I figured you might have the best knowledge of this. I know she's still a bear, but she can still communicate telepathically. So.
Mm-hmm. Mysterio just investigate the spiders.
Give me an investigation check. Actually, give me a nature check.
A nature check?
Yes.
As a bear, I have advantage on perception checks that rely on smell. I don't know if that is what I
that'll
would
work.
be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Absolutely will work.
Wisdom. That is a 20. Not a natural 20, but a 20.
As you walk over in your bear form, you kind of get close. You can see these creatures are riddled with blisters and pustules. You can see bite marks in addition to scratch marks. And it appears that these things have been poisoned, which for poison beings to be poisoned must be a fairly offensive type of poison. In addition, you smell this foul decay mix of sulfur and death. One can only assume that the green dragon possesses some form of poison ability.
He is going to drop her bear form because she can't communicate, and that's important.
You could communicate it back to Leif, I believe.
You'd have
as
to
a
cast it
bear?
again.
I'm definitely going to cast it again after she
Okay,
sniffs
then I
it.
won't do that, and I'll just respond that way. Just that they were poisoned. The dragon possesses
Leif sighs and
very.
very quietly relays this to the rest of the party.
Are they safe to be around? They look like they're going to pop.
Dead.
Leif just shakes his head. I don't know. Just don't get too close to them.
She just comes back to the rest of the party.
Okay, well. Is everybody ready?
Leif shakes his head. Look, this could get really bad. I'm going to need some of you to trust me, and looks at Ashin, and I'm definitely going to need your help.
I don't have any reason not to trust you, Leif.
He just nods.
Of course I'll help.
I can talk to this thing, whether that's to dissuade it from being here or to give us an advantage. I think we should use it. I know Draconic.
Oh, okay. What do you need my help with?
Just, if it's going to try and kill me, I need all of you to not let it kill me. And
Of course, I'm not going to let you die.
Specifically you, Ashin, I need you to shoot an arrow into the center of its forehead or its nose. Specifically there.
Sure.
Stay away from its breath.
What?
Just say it.
Well, yeah. It's a dragon. You don't want to get breathed on by a dragon.
Good not.
I think even Droop knows that.
besides that, just if I say anything that is not in Draconic directly to one of you, probably a bad sign. Okay?
I just want to say that this is probably a bad idea.
Yeah, well, being here is a bad idea.
All right,
Say.
friends.
Bad idea is my last name. Well,
Lovely.
I don't know what my last name is, but for
Leif
today.
investigates the door and see if it's locked or unlocked and if you can open it.
The door is unlocked.
I'm gonna ask if I'm allowed to do this. Is Leif able to ready a spell? Well,
Not until we enter initiative.
okay, I still have to enter initiative to ready. Okay. Just want to make sure. Alright, well, Leif just takes a deep breath since he's still feeling a little weak from everything today and slowly opens the door.
I reach out for him really quick and tap him on the shoulder, and I have that extra healing potion. I have one on me already, and I just hand it to him.
Leif puts his hand up and just waves it off.
You want to heal up first?
You do. You're gonna want to heal up. This might be a really bad fight. Just take it, drink it, and
Well-
be good with it.
Here, you don't have a choice. Cast Cure Wounds on him. You heal 9.
Okay. Leif seems for some reason a little annoyed that not so much that you cast it, more so that you healed him specifically. And he just gives you a look.
Look, you said don't let it kill you.
So we're trying to make so that it doesn't kill you. Take the
And-
potion. Save it for later if you need to.
He doesn't take the potion, but he opens the door.
Does Leif
Alright.
have a shield?
I do.
Yes.
Okay, never mind. I won't give him my name. Fully, you have my shield moment.
All right. Let's do this.
Are you ready?
He opened the door.
Open the door.
Just
Doesn't
Leif
matter
is
if
entering,
we're ready.
correct?
Yeah,
I don't think he's closing the door behind him.
I'm not closing the door behind me. And this is a tower, right? So I'm assuming there's gonna be stairs I have to go up. So
Leif, as you open the door, you see the tower once again with a 40-foot high ceiling. A 5-foot wide staircase circles the interior, rising to a now open rooftop, which you can assume is how the dragon gets in and out. You see high up, about 20 feet up, as the staircase winds, branches woven in almost what looks like a giant bird nest on the outsides of the walls, surrounding these two large, what look like to you initially curtains, kept together. As you look closer, you can see they're actually membranes and wings that start to move. And as they unveil themselves, you can see out peeks the head of the green dragon. You can see its head has a large crest that goes from the top down to the back of its neck, and that its neck, as it continues to weave its way to you, is unnaturally long for how big its body is. You can see glistening dark green scales all the way down its face where its ears would be just plates and plates of what looked like glistening armor. It has a curved jawline that curves all the way back through and seamlessly joins its neck. And with that, you can see along that jaw rows of exposed teeth that seem to interlock like a bear trap. And it stares at you. Come closer. Don't be afraid.
Leif bows his head and says in Draconic, "I'm not afraid," and walks up to him a little bit out of distance, but walks closer as he requested.
And she reaches her neck out. You smell different. What are you?
He looks up at her and says, "My name is Leif. I am a changeling."
Master of many forms. Keeper, usually, of just one. Come, why have you?
I have come to request an audience, if there'd be something you would grant.
An audience you have. What is your purpose?
I know that you have come to Thundertree, I assume to make a home for yourself. We were asked to remove you from this place, but I feel like there's a better way around this.
And with that sound, you can start to feel the mood change. And she cranes her neck high, exposing her chest and pursing her shoulders and wings back. Remove me. Why? This is my home now. It belongs to me.
Leif bows his head. I completely see that. And that's why I'm not keen on removing you. If I know that we had people here that were looking to convene with you, but they have left. So now it is just me. My only question is there more that we can do for you?
For me, you want to do the things. And she slightly relaxes her posture. Driven away the others you have. They were full of fear. You, I don't see that. How do you think you can help me? And as she says that, she purses back the sides of her mouth slightly, and you see her tongue starts to slowly weave in and out of the front of her mouth as she talks.
It smiled very slightly. I was wondering if we could maybe offer you something better than here. I mean, you're a beautiful green dragon, but people of Neverwinter has spoke and know of you. They want you gone. And maybe they would send an entire army to remove a dragon while it's young. There probably might be a place that'd be safer for you until you're older.
I don't get the sense that you mean to help me. What am I to do with you?
He tilts his head slightly. The general intention is to help you. I was thinking that there would be another place that's honestly, I think your magic could do relatively nice things. And it would be a new home for you specifically, and closer to the mountains, and a forest. Both.
You see an expression come across her face that appears almost to be a half smile, if you could call it that. Where would I go, changeling? Aren't I already making this land beautiful?
He bows his head. You are. I was thinking there's a place called Coneyberry. It's desolate, in between a forest and a mountain, and just a wasteland. I figured someone with your power could make it beautiful there.
And she sniffs the air. Interesting. How far from here is this place?
Leif luckily has paid attention to the map and takes a second to think and gets a good estimate of how many kilometers away it would be, and just says it's right across a forest. Roughly, and then kind of like gives an estimate of how many kilometers they've kind of traveled and adds a bit for the diagonal across the forest.
Give me a persuasion check.
Sure. And 23.
I'll tell you this, I am intrigued. I hope to make this whole forest mine one day. As I grow, so will my power, and I will continue to make this place more and more beautiful. And as she seems to be thinking, her head kind of snaking one way or the other, you can tell that your words truly have intrigued her. Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. You have to do something for me, and I will go look at this place that you have described for me. There is an old man here who means to do me harm. Make him leave, and I will investigate this new place. If it is as you say, it might be worth making a second home.
Leif bows his head and takes a quick moment. Convincing him that you've gone when everything's still here would be difficult. Do you know how long it would be until this magic would dissipate after you leave, or does it remain internal?
Until I say the magic leaves, will it leave?
Fair enough. I can definitely see if we can convince him. Would you be able to hide or provide something to me to prove that you have been removed?
Oh no. I will not be leaving. He will. Shouldn't be too difficult. He's just a old man. Someone young like yourself should have no problem removing him, especially if you want to help me, as you say. I may even have additional things that I can offer you. I can smell the shadow on you. It permeates through my magic, calling me to help you be more than you are.
Leif bows his head again. Thank you. May I receive a name? If that's too much to ask, I will leave that.
Whose name?
Yours.
My name. They call me the Venom Fang. and she opens her mouth just enough for you to see green mist start to form and pour slightly like dry ice over her bottom jaw. And she inhales, and it all goes back in.
Smile softly. Mr. Svenumthane, thank you for the opportunity. I will make sure Rydoth leaves this place, and I'll notify you with a purple firework when the task is done.
Very well. I look forward to your return and to get to know you more.
Bows and turns around and takes his leave.
I want you to give me, as this entire conversation has been happening, I want you to give me a charisma save.
Okay. 25.
Okay. You are not charmed by the dragon at this point.
Did the rest of the party hear the entire conversation?
It was
No,
all
because it was
interconnected.
in Draconic.
Understand
Draconic.
it.
Leif, as you go back down the stairs and shut the door, you are left now with the party.
Go.
Better than expected.
Well, you're
Um,
still alive, so
Yeah, she was very nice. I think we should go to Rydoth now.
Why?
Because in order for her to leave, Rydoth has to leave.
well, I thought we were going to kill it.
Okay, yes, okay. Before we talk about that, let's go. I don't think you want to mess with this.
Okay.
I don't like the idea of making a deal with an evil dragon. I'm not okay with that.
Where is it gonna go?
I recommended Coneyberry.
That's not much further away.
Yeah, that puts it within shot of Phandalin. I'm not okay with that either.
It's not that much closer to Phandalin. It's roughly the same distance, give or take. That's not the point, though. The point is to get her to leave, Rydoth to move on, and who knows?
We already made a deal with Rydoth.
Yes, you did.
I can't go back on that deal, and I don't like the idea of making a deal with an evil dragon.
Okay.
Asteria's gonna drop her wild shape. Just like, so you want me, a druid, a defender of the wilderness, to let her pervert another patch of land and terrorize people and all this all over again? Do you
Leif,
really think Rydoth is going to leave? This is his charge. I know you don't know much about people like me, like druids, but he's not going to leave. Not when she still exists.
Leif does seem slightly pained by the comment and just says, "Look, I know, but Rydoth said that she needs to be either killed or needs to not be here. The best I can do is get her to not be here. I don't want any of you dying."
Well, I don't want to die either, but on that same token, I'm going to stand firm in my belief that I don't want to make a deal with an evil dragon.
Yes,
Even
well,
if it's just to get it to move on, I have to make a stand here. I can't do that.
yeah, so if it moves on to Coneyberry, there is a banshee there. Who knows? Maybe good things will happen. If not, we can go there and finish it off later.
No
Maybe-
good's going to come from treating with the dragon. Like, I appreciate the attempt, and I think it is a valiant effort, but at the end of the day, I can't turn on my word that I gave to Rydoth first.
And on the
to
other
take care of
hand,
this.
I don't know if anybody else has looked over at those spider bodies, but I have. And none of us would survive that.
And that's why I don't want to deal with this now. Maybe down the road in Coneyberry? Sure, we might be able to come back and deal with it then, but now I don't think we're ready.
It's not like the dragon's gonna get younger.
Yes, but how
No, the
long-
dragon's just going to get stronger. I feel like we need to deal with this now. As best as we can.
It's a dragon. They live for a long time, right? It's not like they're going to grow overnight.
Well, no, but neither are we. And we tend to be less powerful than dragons. I don't know if you've heard the stories about dragons. They destroy cities when they're older.
Clearly, but we're also going to find Gundren and find a magical cave with lots of magic and power, and might be something that could help us against a dragon more so than we're at now. I can't protect all of you if you die.
I am aware of that. I'm making the choice to make the stand and fight this thing on my own.
I think that we need to at least talk to Rydoff. And tell him of the situation thus far.
Very least, I mean, that would, I think, would be best to at least notify him.
I think we're wasting time talking to Rydoff. He's just going to say, well, then I'm going to Coneyberry and we're going to have to fight this dragon there. I mean...
And then we're going to lose his assistance finding the Wave Echo Cave too, potentially? Like, I have to stand by my word. And I gave my word that we would make an attempt to drive this dragon out. And treating with it, it didn't leave, it's still here.
Yes, it won't leave until Rhydon leaves.
Or we force it to leave.
Exactly.
So, let's force it to leave.
And with that, you feel the cottage shake around you. As through the window, you now notice a green head has peered in and been looking at you for the last probably good minute or so of your conversation. The head disappears, and you feel the roof once again shake as things start to fall and crumble from the ceiling, and the roof is ripped off the building, and the dragon looks down at you. Little one, your friends want to kill me. Fight with me. We will win and be more powerful and beautiful than you can imagine. And we will end there for the evening.
I'm ready to fight.
Clearly.